Protection to arrested persons. So any person has to be treated as human being, irrespective of the fact that such person is a criminal. The accused persons are also granted certain rights, the most basic of which are found in Indian Constitution. The basic assumption behind these rights is that the government has enormous resources available to it for the prosecution of individuals, and individuals therefore are entitled to some protection from misuse of those powers by the government. An accused has certain rights during the course of any investigation, inquiry or trial of offense with which he is charged, and he should be protected against arbitrary or illegal arrest. So these are what comes into the protection of arrested persons. Now we are going to see the rights that are there in the arrested person. So, rights of a arrested person. The first right is right to silence. So, this is derived from the common law principle. It means that normally courts or tribunals should not conclude that the person is guilty of any conduct merely because he has not responded to questions which were asked by the police or by the court. So, therefore, the arrested person has the right to remain silent for and not tell anything about whatever questions are asked to them. The right to silence is mainly concerned about confession. So, arrested person has the right to not to make a confession, and the second right is the right to know the grounds of arrest. So, here every person who is arrested by any police officer without any warrant is entitled to know the full particulars of offense for which he is being arrested, and the police officers is on the duty bound to tell the accused such particulars and cannot deny it. This is mentioned in section 51 of CRPC. Now, according to section 55 of CRPC, whenever any person is being arrested by any police officer who is deputed by senior police officer, that then such subordinate officer shall, before making such arrest, notify the person to be arrested the substance of the written order given by the senior police officer, specifying the offense or other cause for which the arrest is to be made. Again, in section 75 of CRPC, it says that any person who is executing such warrant must notify the person to be arrested the particulars of such warrant, or even show such warrant if needed. If the substance of the warrant is not notified, the arrest gets unlawful. Now, the next right of arrested person is information regarding the right to be released on bail. So, any person who is to be arrested without a warrant and is not accused of a non-bailable offence has to be informed by the police officer that he is entitled to be released on the payment of a surety amount. This helps the person who is arrested for bailable offences are not aware of their rights to be released on bail. Next right is right to be taken before a magistrate without delay. So, in respective of the fact that whether the arrest was made with or without warrant, the person who is making such arrest has to bring the arrested person before a judicial officer without any unnecessary delay. Further, the arrested person has to be confined in police station only and nowhere else before taking him to magistrate. The next right is right at trial. So there is a right to a fair trial. There is a right to be have a speedy trial by the Constitution of India. Next right is right to consult a legal practitioner. So every person who is arrested has a right to consult a legal practitioner of his own choice. This has been enshrined as a fundamental right in Article 22(1) of the Constitution of India, which cannot be denied in any case. The next right is right of free legal aid. So over here, it is the right of a person to have a free legal aid. This is basically for the people who are needy and who cannot afford lawyers for themselves. So this right is given. Then is the right to be examined by a medical practitioner. So section 54 of CRPC says that examination of arrested person by a medical practitioner at the request of the arrested person. So when a person who is arrested, whether on charge or otherwise, alleges at the time when he is produced before a magistrate or at any time during the period of his detention in custody, that the examination of his body will afford evidence which will disprove the commission by him of any offense, or which will be established the commission by any other person of any offense against his body, the magistrate shall, if requested by the arrested person, so to do direct examination of the body of such person by a registered medical practitioner, unless the magistrate considers that the request is made for the purpose of vexation or delay, or for defeating the ends of justice. That's all. Thank you. Also, please see DK Basu versus State of West Bengal for further understanding of protection to arrested persons. Thank you so much.